Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Nourishing You with Salema Veliu. This is where we dive into the art of living well, and today's episode is quite a special one. It's about the elusive quest for contentment and the beautiful simplicity of just being. Have you ever pondered upon the idea that perhaps less could be more in our crowded, complex lives? Or have you found yourself wondering what it really takes to feel that deep sense of peace and fulfilment that seems to be so rare in our busy world? Today, we're going to explore just that. We're peeling back the layers to uncover the serenity that comes with simplification and structure. I'll be sharing insights from a personal journey of transformation, transitioning from the bustling streets of London to the calm, soothing embrace of nature in Cambridge. The shift is more than a change in scenery. It's a profound move towards emotional, spiritual, and physical flourishing. So if you're craving a breath of fresh air, yearning for a moment of stillness, or simply seeking strategies to incorporate contentment into the hustle of everyday life, you're in the right place. Let's embark on this journey together, discovering the practical ways to simplify, structure, and ultimately nurture our souls in a world that often forgets to pause. Make yourself comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's begin our quest for contentment and the ease of just being. Reflecting on personal changes in life, such as the move I made from the endless hustle and flow of London to the gentle lapping waves of Cambridge, is more than just a change of scenery. It's a fundamental shift in how we interact with the world and how we allow the world to touch us. The concept of simplification isn't just about reducing the clutter in our homes or tidying up our schedules, though both are incredibly valuable. It's about finding that core within us that thrives on peace, clarity, and presence. Living in a bustling city has its charms and conveniences, sure. You're at the heart of culture, surrounded by energy and the pulse of collective dreams. The streets buzz, the lights dazzle, and the pace is ceaseless. But it's easy to become just another part of the city's mechanics, whirring along without ever truly seeing or feeling. We become tuned to a frequency of constant stimulation, often mistaking the noise for vitality. However, embracing simplicity and stepping into a quieter, more tranquil setting can feel like waking from a dream. It's the stark contrast between the roar of traffic and the whisper of wind through leaves, between the glow of neon and the soft shimmer of sunlight on water. The move to a life on the water in Cambridge was a conscious step towards not just a quieter environment, but a more introspective lifestyle. It was a recognition that peace isn't something you stumble upon by chance, but something you cultivate deliberately, day after tranquil day. The impact on well-being is both immediate and profound. Stress levels decrease, and there's space to breathe, quite literally. The air is clearer, the rhythm of life more measured. Your heart seems to beat more gently, more in tune with the natural world around you. You become attuned to the simple pleasures of life, a morning mist over the river, the sound of birds at dawn, the rhythmic dance of light as the day comes to life. There's a palpable sense of being part of something larger, yet simpler, something enduring yet ever-changing. But beyond the tangible benefits to physical health, cleaner air, more opportunity for leisurely walks and peaceful contemplation, there's something else that shifts within. It's the mental and emotional space that opens up when you allow yourself to exist in a setting that doesn't demand you sprint just to stand still. In simplifying your external world, you trigger a parallel process internally, peeling back layers of complexity to reveal what truly matters. When you make such a significant change, it's not just about swapping noise and distraction for quiet and calm. It's about choosing to redefine what richness in life means to you. It's realizing that sometimes the things we think we'll miss, the endless array of choices, the rapid pace of innovation, the buzz of something always happening, are not prerequisites for a fulfilled life. In this calmness, this return to simplicity, you discover a richer palette of emotional colours. Contentment stops being something you chase on crowded streets, and instead becomes a companion you sit with beside still waters. You find perspective. What once seemed urgent now reveals itself to be less important. And what you overlooked, relationships, self-care, passion projects, becomes the clear focus of your revitalized intentions. This journey to simplification, to this life on the water, serves as a reminder of what personal transformation looks like. It isn't always grand gestures or sweeping changes. Sometimes, it's as delicate as the decision to step out of noise and into silence, from complexity to simplicity, from being everywhere at once to being wholly, beautifully, simply present. When was the last time you allowed yourself the luxury of a serene moment in nature? You know, those precious times when you're surrounded by green canopies, the rustle of leaves, or the peaceful lapping of water against the shore. Let's be honest, in our relentlessly busy lives, this is a rare commodity for many of us. It's easy to forget the last time we truly connected with the natural world. Yet there's something undeniably therapeutic about being close to nature. Something about the vastness of the sky, the grounding sensation of the earth beneath our feet, and the soothing symphony of wildlife that brings a sense of calm to our buzzing minds. It's as if the hurried pace of our urban existence is gently washed away by every breath of fresh air. Imagine this, stepping out your door to the embrace of a warm sun, a refreshing breeze, or perhaps the tender murmur of raindrops. Even in those simple moments there's a profound healing at work, a soft whisper to our subconscious saying, "Hey, slow down, breathe, just be." Nature's healing properties don't come in pills or prescriptions. They're in the purest state all around us, accessible, and most importantly, free. When life's complexities begin to feel overwhelming, a dose of nature's simplicity can be the perfect antidote. Have you ever noticed how a morning walk can stimulate thought and creativity? Or how a quiet evening watching the sunset can lead to soulful reflection? There's a reason for that. It's not just romantic idealism. Studies consistently show that time spent in natural settings can reduce stress, enhance mood, restore focus, and even bolster our immune systems. Imagine, our well-being is literally nurtured by soaking up the gifts of the earth. But it's more than just the health benefits. It's about gaining perspective too. When you stand before the vast ocean or under a towering tree, you're reminded of your place in the world, a single, connected being among the splendor of life's tapestry. In these moments of humility and awe, our problems, our worries, they seem to dwindle in size. Nature has a beautiful way of putting the universe's vast beauty up against our troubles, showing us that perhaps, just maybe, we have the strength to weather our own storms. The beauty and simplicity that nature exudes invite us to appreciate the present, to find joy in the little things, and to embrace a slower, more deliberate pace of life. This isn't about retreating from the world, but about finding a balance, a way to ground ourselves amidst the pull of our daily demands. So I urge you, next time you find yourself caught up in the whirlwind of life, take a moment to step outside, connect with the natural world, and allow its balm to soothe your spirit. Whether it's a walk in a nearby park, a weekend hike, or simply tending to your garden, give yourself the gift of nature's touch. And notice as you breathe in the air and appreciate the simplicity, how contentment naturally begins to seep into your day. In the end, embracing the healing power of nature might be one of the most nurturing acts you can do for your soul. And isn't that precisely what this journey of contentment and simplicity is all about? Contentment, that gentle sense of satisfaction and peace, isn't just a fleeting moment to be caught now and then. It's a state that can be nurtured and extended. But how do we keep that spark of contentment glowing throughout the day, especially when we're being challenged or lead busy lives? It's something I've been pondering and experimenting with, and I've come to realize a couple of game-changing strategies. First up is structured diaries. Now hear me out, because I know it sounds a bit rigid, but it's a practice that cultivates consistency and clarity. I thought I was a maestro at organising my time. I had my iCal dotted with commitments like an art piece. Yet structure is not just about penciling in appointments. It's about conscious engagement with how we fill our time. It's an intentional act where we prioritise not only our to-dos, but our holistic well-being. Of course, commitments are part of the tapestry of our lives. But it's about treating these commitments not as hurdles in our day, but rather as steps towards a greater fulfilment. Using a structured diary means mindfully carving out time for what truly matters. Time for reflection, time for growth, time, quite simply, for being. To anchor this idea further into our daily lives, we can look at our commitments through the lens of structured diaries. Instead of allowing our responsibilities to sprawl untamed across our day, we allocate them specific times. We become meticulous architects of our day, crafting periods designated for work, for rest, and for those activities that feed our soul. Now, the concept of structured diaries comes alive with another vital element, setting our mindsets. It's about asking ourselves each morning, what's the energy I want to cultivate today? It's laying the foundations for how we approach the hours ahead. Do I want to be driven and focused? Do I want to be open and receptive? Whatever mindset we choose, the goal is to align it with our actions. Our diaries, after all, are more than schedules. They're visual representations of the life we're actively creating. When we manage to intertwine structured diaries with intentional mindsets, we edge closer to a more consistent state of contentment. Our contentment no longer becomes a serendipitous encounter on good days, but rather a companion that accompanies us, even amidst the hustle and unpredictability of life. But what truly brings this theory into the realm of practice is commitment. And I don't mean the generic sense of the word, but rather a resolute dedication to acknowledging and expressing what matters most to us every day. A structured diary becomes a canvas, and our commitments, be they professional tasks, self-care, or moments with loved ones, are the brushstrokes of our daily masterpiece. In this examination of how to extend the life of contentment beyond ephemeral snatches, it becomes apparent that structured diaries, commitments, and the mindsets we don to face the world form the triumvirate pillars to elevate our daily experiences. Combining these elements, we can weave a tapestry of contentment that is resilient, reliable, and reflective of the values we hold dear. Delving into the Simplify course reminded me just how pivotal clarity and structure are in our lives. It's not just about listing what you want to do, it's about understanding the intentions and energies behind every action. Elena Brower's course gives us a new lens to look at how we manage time and prioritize our tasks, digging into the roots of what we seek to achieve each day. Now let's talk about setting daily priorities. Often we can get overwhelmed by the sheer volume of things we need to handle. That's where the magic of 3 comes in. Yes, just 3 top daily priorities. This isn't about limiting our potential, quite the opposite. It's about giving ourselves the permission to focus intensely on what truly matters. When you choose your 3 most crucial tasks, you give them the room they need to blossom. But it doesn't stop there. Elena recommends keeping a simple daily checklist. It might sound trivial, but checklists have a profound impact on our productivity and contentment. They keep us accountable, sure, but they also give us that little rush of dopamine every time we tick off a task. It's our way of telling our brain, hey, we're making progress. That feeling is addictive, in the best possible way. Now let's talk mindset. This was the game changer for me. Setting a mindset isn't just about deciding to be happy or focused for the day. It's about consciously cultivating the energy you want to bring to your tasks and interactions. Are you fostering creativity, peace, or perhaps gratitude? By setting a mindset, you're not just going through the motions, you're infusing your day with intention. Including mindfulness practices like meditation and stillness in our routine might seem counterintuitive when talking about productivity. But here's the thing, these moments of pause are not about doing nothing. They're about grounding ourselves, so when we're in the midst of action, we're wholly present and effective. It's about quality, not just quantity, of time and effort. So if we're to take something away from the Simplify course, it's that contentment lies in the balance of our priorities with our state of mind. We start by creating a vision for our day that is clear and focused. We move forward by grounding that vision with commitment and conscious energy. And we sustain our contentment by cherishing the accomplishments of our clearly defined, purpose-driven tasks. Remember, it's not about overhauling your life overnight. It's about those small, deliberate steps that guide you closer to the heart of contentment. Building these structures into your life is like planting a garden. It takes time to grow, but the serenity and beauty it brings are well worth the effort. Together, we can simplify to amplify the essence of just being. In today's non-stop world, where our senses are continuously barraged by stimuli, it's easy to lose our connection to the moment. It's as if life is a blur, and before we know it, days, months, and years pass us in a frenetic haze. So the question is, how do we reclaim our connection to the now? How do we infuse every day with a sense of mindfulness that can not only nourish our souls, but also anchor us in contentment? It begins and ends with daily rituals, my friends. Let's start with meditation, a word that can simultaneously excite and intimidate. I'm here to tell you, meditation doesn't need to involve hours of sitting in silence. It can be as simple as taking 5 minutes of your morning to just be. Eyes closed or softly focused on a point, and just breathe. Let the breath guide you to a space of quietude. Let it be the gentle foghorn in the otherwise stormy seas of your mind. Stillness, closely related to meditation, is another practice to weave into the fabric of your daily life. This could mean pausing between tasks, soaking in a moment of quiet. It could look like watching the sun dip below the horizon, listening to the rhythm of rain against your window, or even savouring the rich aroma of your morning coffee. Small pockets of stillness give depth to our experience, transforming routine into ritual. Movement, in contrast to stillness, is equally critical. Find joy in stretching your legs with an early morning walk, relish in the freedom of an impromptu dance session in your living room, or practice yoga to align body and spirit. Movement can be a celebration of the life within you, a physical manifestation of gratitude for the day. But let's talk boundaries, because without them, distractions have a way of steering us off course. In this digital age, where our attention is currency, we must be vigilant. Setting boundaries might mean designated hours for checking emails and social media, or it might look like a commitment to turn all screens off an hour before bed. Whatever shape they take, boundaries are an affirmation of your worth, a declaration that your time and attention are precious. Imagine this. Instead of reaching for your phone first thing in the morning, you reach inward, greeting the day with intention. Before jumping into your to-do list, you take time to center your thoughts, to ask yourself, what energy do I want to cultivate today? You're no longer merely reacting to life. You're actively shaping it with every mindful routine you foster. And trust me, the ripple effects are profound. When you integrate these practices into your daily life, meditation, stillness, movement, and setting boundaries, you begin to cultivate a more present and engaged existence. It's as if you're fine-tuning an instrument, and the music of your life starts to play with more harmony, more clarity, and yes, more contentment. These daily rituals become your touchstones, your personal oases in the chaos of life, reminding you, moment by moment, of the joy of just being. Embarking on the Simplify course was honestly like opening a door I always knew was there, but never really dared to step through. My teacher, Eleanor Brower, has this way of drawing you into introspection that's more about active participation in life rather than withdrawing from it. Through her course, I've been nudging myself into places of my psyche that I didn't even know needed light. The observation phase of this journey was revelatory. By tracking my commitments and structuring my day, I began to see patterns I was oblivious to. I've always considered myself organized, punctual, but this process, it asked for something deeper. Clarity. Not just logging events and tasks, but really understanding the energy behind each commitment. It's that energy part that really hit home for me. Setting a mindset isn't just about navigating through my calendar. It's about deciding what kind of energy I want to infuse into each part of my day. And I'm not just talking about big projects or creative pursuits. Even doing the laundry, preparing meals, or tending to the garden. They're all acts that contribute to a cumulative state of being. So, as I simplified, I set 3 concrete priorities daily. I noticed these weren't just items to tick off, they were statements of intent. I want to state plainly this wasn't always comfortable. Simplification doesn't mean easy. It sometimes means facing the complexities I've dressed up as busy work and discarding them to make room for what truly nourishes me. And about nourishment, creativity has come to take centre stage in unexpected ways. My work indeed involves creative thinking, but allowing creative expression in personal aspects of my life has been transformative. Suddenly there's colour where there used to be a schedule. There's a sense of play. I've started to revisit old hobbies, sketching, writing, not for work, but for the pure joy of creation. Friends and family have seen this change. Dinners are no longer schedules to keep, but experiences to savour. There's a sharpening of focus that's becoming evident. Each task, each commitment now feels like a conscious choice that aligns with my values and my desire to live authentically. I'm less scattered, more present, and certainly more committed to placing nourishment, be it through food, relationships, or solitude, at the heart of my daily rituals. What I've gleaned from this experience is irreplaceable. It's proof that the psyche is flexible, malleable, and just as capable of adapting to simplicity and mindfulness as it is to complexity and distraction. It's a personal transformation that feels like a gentle but resolute revolution, a redefining of what it means to simply be. The simplicity of being isn't an end goal, it's a constantly evolving practice, and I am here for every step of this extraordinary journey. As we reach the tail end of our time together today, I'm reflecting on the threads we've woven in this tapestry of thoughts on contentment and simplicity. You know, it's extraordinary how our journey towards simplicity isn't about having less, but rather about making room for more of what truly matters. More peace, more clarity, more joy. In this constantly connected, always-on world, choosing simplicity is a radical act of self-care and contentment. Through our conversation, we've explored the power of nature to heal and set our lives into a harmonious perspective. We've considered the importance of maintaining a structured diary, not to bind us, but to free us to focus on our top priorities and align our daily actions with our deepest values. We've delved into the transformative experience of the Simplify course and discovered the profound impact of setting just the right mindset for our day. I encourage you to take a moment after this podcast ends to ponder how you can weave simplicity into your life tapestry. What is one thing you can simplify today that could possibly enhance your contentment? Remember, it's about creating the space to just be, cultivating a mindful presence in the midst of our necessary daily tasks and commitments. Thank you for joining me on this quest for contentment and the simplicity of just being. Until next time, embrace the beauty of simplicity in your life and nourish your soul with the joy of contentment. Farewell, dear listeners, and may you find peace in the space between.